Tom, the question is, I'm just kidding. You know, I've heard this a lot on the campaign trail, and I certainly understand the frustration. And I think that we're going to see natural term limits that are coming out in November. We're going to see a heck of a lot of incumbents get voted out of office. And that's, you know, the power is really with y'all. And y'all get to make the choice. And every 2 years in the House, y'all get to make the choice. But I'm going to tell you this. I absolutely would support term limits. I will introduce a bill, introduce a constitutional amendment, whatever it needs to get it done. If it is not supported by the percentages that they need, I do not feel that it is in the best interest of South Carolina for me to self-impose a term limit. And I know there's some people here that are going to be frustrated with that. And I understand where you're coming from, because I'm frustrated with the way things are in D.C. right now. And it's because people have gotten awful comfortable. You got to be responsive to people. You got to listen to them. You got to be responsive. And you got to get up there and fight for them. And that's what I want to do. And if I'm doing a good job, I want to be able to continue to do that. And so right now, what we see is a country that seems to have sold their soul, at least Congress, it seems to have sold their soul to special interests, made deals for really what their foundations are. And Stupak, even though he's on the wrong side of the fence, he's got an amazing scenario. Gets up there and says, I'm somebody that is pro-life, and then has to vote on that bill, and the result is, what's he do? Immediately says, I'm not running again. He saw the writing on the wall. He sold his soul. And it's a sad day. It's a sad day for the country when you see that type of scenario happen. Somebody that was so principled on that particular issue, yet still sold his soul to special interest and to the Obama administration. You know, the reality is that we are frustrated with a lot of things that are going on with these elected officials. The idea that they get this great pension, the idea that they can pass health care that's not for them. And I tell you, I believe in leadership from the front. And on county council, I knew that we were going to ask our employees to do some difficult things. We were going to ask them to furlough. We were going to ask them to make cuts. We were going to ask them to do more with less. And I told them, in fact, I didn't say anything about it. I just did it. I personally furloughed myself 27 days last year. This was before I made any announcement that I was running for Congress, because frankly, I didn't know that Henry Brown was going to step down. But that's leadership. That's making a choice to say what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And we need that throughout Congress. We need people that are willing to go up there and make the choices that is not just about, you know, getting more money in their pockets and better retirement system for them, but that people who care about the country and the people and that are responsive to the people.